Lou, can I get you to come sit at the front here?
Ben's a 25-year-old farmer who takes photos in his spare time.
Yep, that's perfect. Now take all your kit off and we'll get some more shots.
He also has a knack for getting people naked.
We were one of the first sort of ones to get our gear off.
Yeah, comfy? Not really.
The first couple of minutes is a little bit daunting and a little bit chilly at some stages.
Ben's social media pages have tens of thousands of followers. Along with his own photos, farmers are sending him nudes by the dozen. But Ben's not a creep. It all started with this photo of himself and some strategically placed lentils.
I actually posted the photo on my Facebook page and it got a lot of laughs and all my friends sort of, got a bit of joy out of it. And I thought, I wonder, why does everyone react to that photo? And it's because it was funny, I was naked, and I thought, I wonder if there's an Instagram page dedicated to something like that.
There wasn't, so Ben created The Naked Farmer.
My first thought was to get people to learn about farmers and where all their food and fibre comes from. Probably a month or two after that, I thought, this is a really good way to educate people on mental health as well. When you're scrolling through your Facebook feed and you see a photo of a tractor with a naked person in front of you, you're going to stop and sort of read about it, aren't you?
Ben's uncle took his own life when his daughter was only 2 years old.
He was 22, and that is one of the things that really fuels my passion, that I need to get people to talk about this and don't hide behind the shadows.
The rate of suicide is 66% higher in the country than in the big cities, and farmers are twice as likely to die by suicide than other workers. Country males aged 15 to 29 are also twice as likely to commit suicide as the general population.
Getting your kid off is a hard thing to do, but it's a lot easier than what some people have to go through. So, yeah, it's just starting the conversation.
A lot of farmers, if they're struggling, they won't talk about it. So it's good, get the word out there and get people talking about it.
Yeah, that it's okay to talk about it.
Ben himself struggled with anxiety, which was exacerbated by the millennium drought, hurting his family's livelihood.
I remember walking through the back paddock at home and Dad saying, this is the worst crop I've ever seen, and it was harvest, and the whole family sort of had to tighten everything up and, couldn't buy the normal things.
In his late teens, he became crippled by panic attacks.
It was near graduation and I had 3 panic attacks in a night, and I'd run inside and screamed out for Dad and opened up his bedroom door, and he launched up out of bed like, what's happening? And just grabbed me straight away, and he's like, why are you a ball of sweat? What's happening? Why are you shaking?
Ben's also faced other hardships that have rocked him and his family. When he was 22, he was at the local footy when a neighbour called him.
She said, are you at home at the moment? And I said, no, I'm not. What's up? And she goes, oh, there's a bit of smoke down there. Are you burning a bit of rubbish or something? And I said, no, I'm not. And then she called back and she said, Ben, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but it is your home. And I remember driving down the driveway and seeing all the lights. Yeah, it broke my heart instantly. Seeing all that history, all that love, all that family time in that house, just in ash.
The home Ben's grandparents had built in the 1950s was destroyed by the fire, caused by a faulty hot water service. Ben was given the task of overseeing the construction of a new family home.
I knew that I had to give it a crack, and I knew I had to do it for the family. Yeah, I surprised myself with what I could do and really pushed myself out of that comfort zone.
Now, The Naked Farmer has given Ben a new focus. He raises money for mental health programs with calendars and undies. But he's really just happy people are talking.
Having people come up and tell me their stories about sparking the conversations or things like that really makes everything worthwhile. If I save one life out of this, I've completed my mission.
Well, if anything in that story has raised issues for you, you can call Lifeline
13, 11, 14. Also, Ben is about to go on tour and take photos and talk about mental health. So you find a link for all that on our website.
So great finally talking about it. I mean, we've even seen recently we had the guy from Adopt a Cow.
Yeah.
Remember, he was opening up about how hard it's been and just the more, and then the country responded and said, yeah, me too, I'm having a really tough time. I'm having, like, that. They've always spoken about how it's so hard in the country.
The highest suicide rate in the country. Fairness politically, Bob Katter, who I don't always agree with, he's talked a lot about this. I just hope he never gets involved in that particular camp.